Hello guys, good morning. I am Santosh Singh and today we are going to see Apache Hadoop question and answer part 1. So let's see and welcome to my channel. So first question is what is Hadoop? Hadoop is a open source framework owned by Apache Software Foundation. It's used for storing and processing huge amount of dataset with cluster of commodity hardware. And these are the few points about Hadoop. First point is who developed Hadoop. So answer is Doug Cutting and Michael Caffarella. These two are the developer who developed Hadoop using GFS and MapReduce. So Hadoop is developed by Doug Cutting and Michael Caffarella. And father of Hadoop is Doug Cutting. And Hadoop is the combination of HDFS plus MapReduce maintained by Apache Software Foundation. Hadoop is maintained by Apache Software Foundation. It is written in Java. And next point is why named Hadoop? Why named Hadoop? So Doug Cutting's son's yellow elephant name was Hadoop. So Doug Cutting put this software name is as Hadoop. And initial release was December 2011. In December 2011, Apache Hadoop released version 1.0, and in August 2013, Apache Hadoop developed 2.0. Latest stable release till now is Hadoop 3.2. So now let's see the next question. Next question is how Hadoop is useful for organizations. How Hadoop is useful for organizations. So answer is there are several reasons. Few of them are as first reason is low cost, second is store huge amount of data, third is follow horizontal scalability, fourth is high availability or replication, fifth is commodity hardware, and sixth is distributed storage, and seventh is fast processing. So mainly due to these reasons Hadoop is very useful for organizations. So now let's see the next question. Next question is what is big data? Big data means huge volume of data, huge amount of data. Big data defined in 4 ways, and what those 4 ways? First is volume, second is velocity, third is variety, and fourth one is veracity. So volume means extremely large amount of data, means very huge amount of data, and huge amount of data can be petabyte of data, etabyte of data, zettabytes, yottabytes or brontobyte. And next one is the velocity. Velocity refers to the speed of data generated, captured and shared. As we know that nowadays data is generated in very fast way. And third is variety. Nowadays data is generating from various sources. It can be classified into following categories. First, as we know, structured data. Nowadays we are generating structured data, semi-structured data and unstructured data. So first, what is the structured data? Structured data means data that is organized into a formatted way. Traditional processing system and RDBMS etc. Those are known as the structured data. And semi-structured data means data type that contains semantic tag but not conform to structure associated with typical relational databases. So for example of semi-structured data is HTML, XML, CSV file and JSON. So I am moving fast because we have discussed these things so many times in my Hadoop sessions. So third is the unstructured data. Unstructured data means it does not organize in a predefined manner. It does not have a predefined data model like text document, audio, video, email, photo, PDF and social media data. So this data is known as unstructured data. This is the variety of data. And fourth one is the veracity. Veracity refers to accuracy and correctness of data. Data is not valuable when it is not accurate. Suppose you have a huge amount of data and that data is not accurate. So there is no means of having those data. So now let's see the next question. Next question is how big data is useful for the organization. So answer is if any organization have huge amount of data, then they can create different type of analytical report for their organization. Any report is near to 100% accuracy when it based on huge amount of data. So as we know, huge amount of data means big data. So if we make a report on a huge amount of data, then that accuracy level become high. So now let's see the next question. Next question is what are the three V's in big data? So as we have seen these things before few minutes ago, that first V is volume. Volume means huge amount of data, huge amount of data. And second is variety. Variety means different variety of data, semi-structured, unstructured and structured data. And third is the velocity, means huge volume of data with fast processing. So these are the three V in big data. And now see the next question, question 6. What are the different distribution of Hadoop? So these are the distribution of Hadoop: Cloudera, Hortonworks, and Mapr, including IBM, Big Data, and Pivotal. So these are the different distribution of Hadoop. So out of these, main are the Cloudera and Hortonworks. And Cloudera, founded in 2008, have highest customer base. Hortonworks and Mapr try to get more market share. So this is the different distribution of Hadoop. There is a slightly difference between distribution of Hadoop and distributed file in Hadoop. So don't confuse between this distribution and distributed file or distributed system. Now let's see the next question. Next question is what are the daemons of Hadoop 1.x? So Hadoop 1 consists of following daemons. First is the name node, second one is the secondary name node, third is the job tracker. And these three daemons are known as master daemons. And fourth is the data node and fifth is the task tracker. And data node and task tracker are known as slave daemons. Master daemons can communicate to each other and slave daemons can communicate to each other, as well as name node can communicate to data node and job tracker can communicate to task tracker in Hadoop 1. So now let's see the next question. So 8th question is what is the master slave architecture in Hadoop? So Apache Hadoop follow the master slave architecture. And in master, what is the master? As we have seen earlier that name node and job tracker and secondary name node are known as master daemons. Master manage the file operations like opening, closing, renaming, block information, etc. And slave are responsible for file data storage, block creation, deletion, replication based on name node instructions. So Hadoop follow the master slave architecture. Now let's see the next question. Next question is the types of scalability. How many types of scalability in Hadoop? So there are two types of scalability. First is scaling up, that is also known as vertical scalability, and second is the horizontal scalability, that is also known as scaling out. So these two type of scalability available. Now let's see the next question. Next question is what is the horizontal scalability? So answer is adding more machine or node to existing cluster is called horizontal scalability. It means that enhancing the performance of server or node by adding more node machine to pool of machines. It's also called scaling out. When we are adding a node or machine in pool of machine or in cluster, then it is known as horizontal scalability. The scale out technique is a long term solution as more and more server may be added when needed. So Hadoop follow the horizontal scalability. Let's see. Horizontal scalability can be achieved with the help of clustering, distributed file system and load balancing. And next point is Hadoop support the horizontal scalability. Hadoop do not support the vertical scalability. So this is the horizontal scalability. These point about horizontal scalability. Now let's see the next question. But before going to see next question, this is the diagram of horizontal scalability. I try to elaborate that how horizontal scalability is scaling out. There is the first node, we can add second node, we can add third node. Third node means third machine. Like this way, we can add any number of node. We can add nth node in pool of cluster. So this is known as horizontal scaling. Now let's see the next question. Next question is what is vertical scalability? What is the vertical scalability? So adding more power like RAM, processor, hard drive is called vertical scalability. It means that increasing the capacity of machine by adding more resources such as more memory or more processors or adding RAM. It's called scaling up. And next point is RDBMS follow the vertical scalability. Hadoop do not follow the vertical scalability. So the figure of vertical scalability is this one. As we are saying that in a system, in a single system, we are adding the ROM, RAM, and other devices, and there is a limitations of adding a devices in a single system. So this is the diagram of vertical scalability. We cannot add more resources beyond a limit. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.